Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cynthia. So today we are going to talk about the tiny little things that we do forget when going to for a shopping. We forget to buy them, then later on realize that they are really important. Really important in our day-to-day use. Yeah, that's what we are going to do. But before we get into the video, kindly please remember to subscribe. So thank you so much. In case you see me looking down here, I have a book. I've written the list, so I'm just going to read them and show you some of them. I know these things are tiny, or they are the little things that we do forget to buy when you are moving in or when you're going for shopping. You remember the basic things, but you really forget about these little tiny things, but they are really handy when at home. So my number one thing is scissors. A lot of us really forget about scissors. Scissors come in handy. You really don't know when, but trust you me, scissors is a must-have. You might not see the need of it at a certain point, but there's something might happen that you really need a scissors. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is a glue. It may seem funny, but the glue or a sellotape, is it a sellotape or a sellotape? I really don't know the pronunciation, but a sellotape, if not a sellotape, a glue, they really come in handy. I just don't want to get deep, but I know these things you really forget about them. So this is my office glue. No, Prit office glue and my sellotape. These two things really come in handy. You can either have this or both. You won't know when you'll need them. So my third thing is a mirror, especially for girls. I know the dudes really don't. Let me tell you, even if it's the small one, this one, or the big one on the wall, it really comes in handy. So if maybe you are in a single room, a bed sitter, or in your room, you really need these. Trust you me, even if it's like a small tiny mirror, it really comes in handy. And this just goes for, this is 30 bob, 30 shillings if you're going to buy it in a wholesale place, or 50 bob. I bought mine at 50 bob because I just bought one. Yeah, so a mirror really comes in handy. The next thing you need in your house, my dear friends, always, you never know when you're going to need writing pad and pencils or biros or anything. So this my thing here that I keep my biros, my colors. But trust you me, even if it's a pencil or a biro and a writing pad, this is enough. This is enough. You'll need it at some point. You never know at what time you'll need it, but I'm just sharing a tip so that next time when you're moving out or you want to start a life, don't forget these tiny little things. Okay, the other thing you'll need is a torch or a bulb. Let me tell you guys, in Kenya, you really don't know when the lights are going to go off. So a bulb, an extra bulb in case your bulb goes off. That's for the people who are staying in the studio apartments. You know. If you know. A bulb, extra bulb. It may even at night may just, I don't know how to explain it, but stima zikipotea ama your bulb, when you're going to light on the bulb, it just boom, you need an extra bulb. If not, torch. This one actually it's the solar one, but even the small torch for babies, even if it's for that, the 51, it really helps. You really don't know at what time the lights are going to go off, so they really come in handy. Don't forget to buy. Okay, another thing you'll need is a stove. I couldn't bring the stove here, but you really need a stove. Let me tell you guys, the gas things, if you know, the gas really, I just don't want to talk about it. I know most of us have stories with gas when you're cooking something and then the gas. So some of us have the Mekos or the Jikos. No, the Jiko. Meko is gas. Huh? Am I right? Kindly. Yeah, most of us have the Jikos because of like preparing these other foods. But I would prefer you also have a stove, because the gas really messes us up. You don't know the time when it's going to just amid cooking, it just so, and maybe it's at night, you can't go for, or you can't reorder. So I guess a stove really comes in handy. Another thing you need in your house that people really forget is a toothpick. Let me get mine. Yeah, so you'll need a toothpick. Yeah, it's really essential. You might not see the need right now, but trust you me. And it may seem that it's so obvious, but many of us really forget toothpick. Talking about forgetting, matchbox. Many of us really forget about a matchbox. And there's a trick that I use when I go to buy matchbox. I buy the big pack, and then I take like two matchbox. The big pack, they're either a dozen or 10 of them. I take the like 2 pieces out of the box and then like hide it on different places, because there's a time you really need a matchbox and you really can't find it, or you really can't remember where you put it. So I had to, just in case of emergency. So the other thing is thread and needle. So black, most essentially, you need a black one, but I chose a maroon one because most of my clothes are pinkish, reddish. But I had a black one and a blue one. I really can't remember where I put them. But you really need a thread and needle. Thread and needle. They really come in handy. People really forget about this, but trust you me, thread and needle really come in handy. The other thing you need are this wall hooks. Yeah, the wall hooks. You might not know where you'll use them, but just have an extra one just in case you might need them. So they really come in handy and people forget about them, the wall hooks. Another thing that I have over here are the earbuds. Trust you me, many people forget about the earbuds. And this thing, the good thing about this thing, you can buy just one and they long last, because you don't use it daily. So I have that, the Hanan one, and this one, the cotton buds, the earbud, cotton buds, earbud, whatever you may call it. They really come in handy. So guys, don't forget about the earbuds. Another thing that I would advise you to have, but I've not brought it here, it's a shoe brush. Have both, the shining brush and the washing shoe brush. Yeah, they're in the bathroom. I've forgotten to bring it here, but that's something that's essential that many of us really forget about, the shoe brush and the shining brush. Kindly, when you go to shopping, don't forget about your shoe brush or the shining brush. The other thing that I have that I want to show you guys, I have a carton actually. So this carton over here, don't mind I just picked a carton, holds my medicines or medication stuff. So the bougie people, the rich people, or the people who have like big houses have a closet for the it's called a cabinet for medicines. But for us people, it's not like you're anticipating to be sick, but I just think that these things are essential things that you need to have. And in my medicine carton, I have mentholated spirit, and I also have this other surgical spirit. The surgical spirit is the white one, the mentholated one, I don't know if you can see it. Focus. And I also have cotton wool, just in case. You never know what might happen. It's not like I'm praying for sickness, but things happen. So have cotton wool. It doesn't have to be this big. Have a cotton wool and surgical spirit. And another thing that I usually keep here are my daughter's medicines, just for emergency. You know, when you're a mom, things happen to a kid and you really don't know, that just like the go-to things. Like you should have like a Curamol, but some essential medication that you might need. Curamol for the baby's fever. Yeah, the fever, in case your baby has a fever, just an emergency one. It's not that you're praying for her or him to get fever, but you need these things just in case. Fever. And then for grown-ups, I really advise you have, if you know, cetirizine really helps. Panadol and Piriton, those three things really come in handy. And for kids, their cetirizine is called, I have one here for my baby, it's Rexexin. So I'm not telling anyone to buy this medication. So I'm not a nurse nor a doc, and I don't advise on over-the-counter medication, but trust you me, these things come in handy. And if you're suffering from something, you know the meds that you really need at times. So like me, I really need like cetirizine and Piriton most of the times, because I have sinuses. Is it sinuses? I get colds I get colds, so I really need my cetirizine and my Piriton tablets near me. So just set apart. It might be a box, it might be a tin. We'll just put some few medication here and there. It's not a must, but I guess it's essential. So a spirit, a cotton wool, and some few medication that you might need. Another thing that you may need, a tissue. So this is just basic, but I think at times the tissue just ishas, just inaisha when we don't know. So the trick that I use on my Matchbox is the same trick that I use with my tissues. I buy the big, the 12-pack tissue, and then set aside 2 on different places, just in case the others are finished and I didn't know, or I hadn't planned to buy. Yeah, or I was just caught off guard. You know, things happen and you're like, and that's the time you like have a visitor and you don't have a tissue. So set aside like 2 out of the big pack, or if you're that person who buys one, set aside 1 just in case. It's not a must, but I find it essential. So another thing you need to remember is at least buy a backpack. You might need to travel, you might need to go somewhere. So backpack, a middle-sized, not, or something that can carry a few of your clothes or some documents, or anyway, it's just like a backpack that you'll need when you're going somewhere. So this is essential. Many of us don't have it, but I guess it comes in handy, and it really helps. You need a backpack in case you're traveling, in case you have to go somewhere. Them days, people used to borrow, go to a neighbor and borrow like a size bag to pack your clothes. These days, let me tell you guys, you'll thank me later. Prepare yourself in advance. So a backpack for your need, it doesn't have to be that big, just an essential one. That's just a small, simple one for going to places, to visit people. Something that you can just pick and go and put your clothes, you can have like a 2-day, 3-day clothes inside. Another thing, an umbrella. I repeat, umbrella. Especially if you're a mom, or you live on those cold places, or you know the month, like in Kenya, when it's like on May, June, July, the umbrellas really come in handy. So buy an umbrella, keep it there. I prefer that things be there and you're not using them, but you'll need them later, than not buying because you think, I'm not using them now, When you have the money, kindly just go and buy them. Just buy. You don't know when. You don't know when you will need them. I'd rather have them here with me and not using them and then use them later than not having them, and then when the time comes, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So since we're in the COVID season, another thing, and I pray it just ends. This thing is just too much for us. So another thing, essential these days, must have sanitizer. You need a sanitizer for your visitors, for yourself. When you're coming from somewhere, many of us are just lazy to wash our hands. So before you do anything, at least you get to sanitize, and it's just simple. Just put a little bit. And yeah, lastly, don't get it wrong. Lastly, this is something that you need. You need a cloth. By a cloth, I don't mean like a piece of cloth like a t-shirt or something. You need like a kitamba. If you know kitamba, especially if you're married, if you're living alone, don't ask me why, but you need an extra piece of cloth that you don't use on anything. An extra piece of cloth or a towel, a simple towel. You might need 2 or 3. Just an extra towel. Put an extra towel. Don't ask me why. You'll know why when the time comes. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Hope I helped you in 1 or 2 things. We as women, I know we remember most of these things, but not all of us, especially men, not all of us can remember all these things. And we as women also do forget some of these things. So guys, just take your time, look through what you don't have, and you'll thank me later. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming to this far. If you've reached this far with me, kindly remember to subscribe, share, like, and kindly add on some other things that I might have forgotten so that I can also get to buy them. Love you.